Okay, continuing. The second part here is going to be something new. What we're going to do now is that we're going to take care of only the part in which we switch windows. We're going to see how to switch from one window to another. That's all we're going to do in this part. So how do we do that? We have these two FXML files. Each one of them have a button. So those buttons are the ones that are going to take care of moving from one to the other, okay? So when I am on the main screen, which is not this one, which is this one, this one is the one that is going to load first. And when I press add entry, it's supposed to connect me with the other one, okay? So the method on click add entry should take care of opening a new FXML file. How do we do that? So let's go to our controller take care of that. We have that method over here. It says on click add entry. That's the method that we need to rewrite right now, okay? And what we're gonna do here is basically we're going to do exactly the same that we did on the application file, this loading an FXML, simply that we're gonna load another one, not the main one, but the add entry view, okay? But the difference is that we are not going to load it on a separate new scene, on a separate primary stage, but we need to load it on our current stage, on our current scene. That's what we're going to do. On our current stage, we're going to create a new scene. How do we do that? On our controller, in this method, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so if you remember correctly, when we do this, what we do is that we create an FXML loader that goes to the application class and gets the resources from that application. So we need to access the application file, but we are not in the application file anymore. We are on the controller file. So the way to do that is that we're going to create something that is called a parent. I'm going to call it just finance or personal finance control. And this one is going to use the class FXML loader to load the other file that we want to load. But to load that file, we're going to need to import this class parent. Just click import on that one. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the current class. Yeah. And we're going to get a resource from our current class, but we're going to add the other FXML file. So we're going to do add. It's called add entry view .fxml. That's the one that we're going to load this time, the second one. Okay. Again, you're going to have the same error here. This method is not capturing any potential IO exceptions. So we're going to take care of that. So the load method doesn't give me an error. I'm also going to create a scene here, similar to what we did on the application file here. So we need to create a scene. Yeah. But this time, like I said, we need to make sure that we do it with the new FXML that we have. So I'm going to do a new scene. And this time scene, I'm going to use that personal finance control object that I created above. I'm going to have to also include my class scene here. And next is the stage. So again, if I go back over here, the next thing that we do is that we use this primary stage that it's already created with our star method. Yeah, that's what we use always to show our initial screen. But we don't have that stage over here. So we're going to need to go and get our current stage. So we're going to create a new stage object. Again, we're going to need to import the class stage. And we are going to cast as a stage the current window. How do we get the current window? That's a little bit complex, but don't worry, you don't have to memorize this. That's a Google search away from you. Yeah. So I'm just gonna get my current source code, and from my current source code, I'm gonna get my scene. Where am I located right now? I'm actually gonna get my current window. And if I import this, that might be easier. There you go. And then I just do semicolon, okay? So this line, which again, you don't need to memorize, is basically going to get my current stage. Where am I located at this moment? Okay. After I have that stage, then I will be able to do the same that we did before. I'm just going to use that same stage to maybe set a different title. I'm going to say here, add expense. And I'm going to make sure that I load the scene to that one that I created above. And I'm going to make sure to show like I did before. Okay. So what this is going to do is load the other FXML when I press the button and show it. Let's test it. Test all the time so you can find the error in a small bits. Don't wait till the end when you add a lot of code. So at the moment, if I click this, it should load the second screen, which is doing, right? Perfect. It's loading the second screen. Now I need to do the opposite. I need to press see expenses and bring me back to the previous screen. So I'm going to repeat exactly the same. I can even copy and paste. That will be on this method. Click to see expenses. I am also going to have to make sure that I throw here an IO exception. The only change that I'm going to do here is that I'm going to load again the original view, personal finance view.fxml. Everything else, maybe the title, personal finance should go back to normal. And let's see. Now run it again. And so now if I click this button, takes me here. If I click this button, oops, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I actually don't know. Give me 1 second. I know what I did wrong. The name here is incorrect. There you go. Let's see if that works. This button open this one. And this button takes me back. It's weirdly slow, but okay, takes me back. Come here, goes back. Perfect. That's how you switch between screens using the same controller. There's many other ways that you can find online if you want to try them out. This is just one solution, which is using the same controller for all of the things and just moving between one FXML and the other in this way. That's the second part. You're done.